guest speakers from the pharmacy, who'd like to take the floor. Go right ahead.
And the director.
What? I'm here to answer anything.
Where's the floor?
Just turn it on. Wherever you like. Just go there, in the middle, or...
I was very fortunate to meet Ricky at the health fair. I understand, and I don't blame that a lot of people do not know that we have a pharmacy and we have a health clinic down here to serve you all. And for whatever reason, as we all know, communication can be a problem. And it's a problem right now. So I'm here, you people are the movers and shakers, and we would like to get the word out that we are here for you. You don't feel good, or you need something from the pharmacy, you come down to see us. I worked different things within the university, and I found the majority, I would bet you 80% of the student body doesn't know that we exist. I went to this school 100 years ago, and I took care of George Washington when he was coming through. But the fact of the matter, I was a student. The fact of the matter is some basic things everybody needs to eat and certainly to be well. And I'm sure all your parents want that for you, especially people that are in the dorms here that don't live right next to their home, so it's not as convenient to get to where you usually go to. So what I'm saying to you is, if you come to us, I don't like to talk about it, but our prices are usually much, much less than you can find anything outside of this school. We're here for you, basically. That's the end of the story. If you need something, when you come, if one of the doctors takes care of you, and on the way out you get it filled, and you don't happen to have enough money, you're sure to get your medication, I assure you. You're going to pay us back later, but you're going to get your medication. Most people sign up for the insurance in the school. The insurance covers the visits and the pharmacy. The problem is, again, nobody knows. So we're here basically to elicit your help in spreading the word out. We want the word to go to everyone. I understand you have a list of student body and stuff like that, an email list. We're going to send you these cards, which tells you what we do there, okay? And I would hope that we could send it to everybody. I want every student in this university to know that we are in existence and that we're here to help. And you have excellent physicians there. I'm one of two pharmacists there. We have nurse practitioners there. We do a lot of oral contraceptive stuff there. We have Plan B there. We're there. We're there. The problem is nobody knows we're there. So that's where you folks come in. And I am giving you an invitation. I checked it with the boss behind me. I'm giving you an invitation. Now next week you have a caucus meeting. I think you have a health committee or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you differently. I want you to come down to the health clinic, if you can. I mean, I don't know what you do in these meetings, or maybe we have a half a meeting, and it's only across the way here. You're no more than 5 minutes away. Come down to the health clinic. Walk around. Meet the people. And you can extend that invitation to anybody you want. Also, you should know, this Wednesday, right?
This Wednesday.
In front of you, if you push something out, this Wednesday, free, I'll just emphasize that word, free to students. This is all part of what you pay for. You're paying for all of this. Free, you're gonna have a flu vaccine pod. You'll be able to come in and get the flu for free. All you gotta do is show up. I would push this out to the entire student body. Because there's no reason, I just got my flu shot today, there is no reason, unless you don't believe in it, which you have the right to do, but if you do, there's no reason why you should not take care of yourself. Period. That's what I'm saying. But I'm leaving it up to you. This is the leaders. This is the leaders, okay? We're gonna walk out the door. We all know we have a certain number of students that come to us. Maybe somebody else tells them about it. We want every student to know. I don't care if you have to push it out every week. Because redundancy sometimes works a lot. So that's where I am. I'm sure the director wants to say a couple of words. Well, come up. Say, this is our director.
I just wanted to, I'd like to know, do you have any questions? I think Harold let you know.
So you brought up the insurance a little bit, but what if, like, let's say someone has their own insurance, and
Every student is welcome to come to the health center. There's no cost, there's no limits to the number of visits. Absolutely, if there is lab to be done and you do not have a student insurance, it's a very modest cost, like for a CBC or chemistries or mono or something like that. But otherwise, there's absolutely no cost. And the pharmacy, you should know that their costs are really about 50% of what it costs to go out to a pharmacy. Birth control costs zero if you have insurance. It should be for every insurance, but it certainly is for ours. Plan B is half of what it is on the outside. It's 20 instead of 40. We try to make it friendly for everybody, whether you're a part-time student or full-time student. They are most welcome to come, and there's no difference except if there's, there's lab work. Okay, and you should know. Do you all know that the pantry has been? We started having a pantry. Now it's pretty much on its own, running on its own. But the pantry is another area that has been of great importance to us. There are students on this campus who don't have enough food and are welcome to come, whether they're full-time, part-time. And so that's another resource that you have. One of the students mentioned to me that you didn't know that we have a 24-hour hotline. There is a 24-hour hotline. These are manned by nurses, and they answer the phone for us. I get the report the next morning, so we follow up on anybody who calls our 24-hour nurse line. They're very competent. We've worked with them for
Long time.
20 years, and it's a very good company. Our nutritionist, Ellen, who runs the pantry in this building, has been, she isn't seeing people one-on-one anymore, but in her place, there's a woman, Jen Bustido, who works for Gourmet Dining. So students can consult her if they want to discuss their nutrition, if they want a better diet. weight management. Yeah, I just reiterate that you're welcome. Please to come down, and maybe if you come as a group, we can just take a little while and introduce you to the rest of the staff and show you at least the pharmacy, and if it's if there's nobody in there, we could invite you to walk through. But if there's someone there, I'm afraid we can't invite you to walk through. These are all the things that are offered through the health service. There's many services, whether it's an accident, an acute disease, a chronic disease, just a checkup. If LGBT, if a transgender student wants treatment, hormonal treatment, we're in that, we have that capability as well. Smoking cessation, if people want to quit smoking, we will provide patches for a week for free. And I should also mention, as of November 1st, we're going to be having STD screening for students free. That's going to include a gonorrhea and chlamydia test and an HIV test and a syphilis test. And right now, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and syphilis are just surging. They're doubling every year. And there's now 2.5 million, 2.4 million in the past year of population. The target at-risk population is 18 to 24. So we're going to do this free screening starting November 1st until December 6th. Do you have any questions?
There's one more thing you could do for us too. If anybody lives in any of the dorms here, we can supply you with these cards. Maybe you could, if there's a place to leave something in a dorm so someone could see it and maybe pick it up if they need it, that would be a nice thing to do also. Just to spread it. This is nothing more than spreading the word. That's what we'd like you to do. Spread the word.
Thank you very, very much
Any
for
questions?
having us.
Thank you. We really appreciate you both for coming, because this is a really important resource that that our campus really needs, and that we'll definitely try to best to get the word out. Like, we can definitely flash this out in our social media, because this is really big. I'm gonna go, and then we can discuss what kind of information you want, like a campus-wide email for all the students.
I'll tell you, this has so much information. It's just one little card. I'm going to email it to you. Perhaps if you want to just send it as an attachment.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good too.
Thank you so much for having us.
Actually, I do have just one more question. Would you say, if there's, is there anything that is not mentioned in the card that you would like to mention right now?
What's not mentioned, Harold told me, he says, well, that's understood. Everything that happens in the place is confidential, okay? Nothing, there's no professors, administrators, nothing. We don't talk to anybody except our patient.
Okay, thank you.
But that's one thing I think we forgot. We're accredited by AAAHC, that's a very prestigious organization which accredits something like 8% of all the college health services in the United States. So we're pretty proud of what we do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And as they say, come on down to see us.
Yeah, so if the health committee wants to visit next Monday, feel free if that's what you want to do.
I think that would be a good idea.
I'd be happy to invite
If you want, I'll come over and bring them down. So, we're here for you. We're here to serve you. You know, you're foolish if you're paying money to be in this institution and not getting all the services you should have. Period.
Do you have our email?
Do you need these?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes,
So
go ahead.
there's a doctor, right?
There's 3
There's
doctors.
3 doctors.
Okay, awesome. So do I need like health insurance, or I can use my health insurance? Like how does that work?
We don't need your health insurance. You have paid a student health fee. We
Okay.
don't need your health insurance.
So I just go in?
Yeah,
You just come
Okay.
in. Yes, you're
I'll
most
see you
welcome.
soon.
Yeah. Do you need these?
I live in the dorm, we could take some.
Okay,
and your
sure.
pens to hand out.
These are pens, and these are more of the same. Please hand them around. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Take the time to.
Okay, so yeah, if you wanna like work further on like drafting an email, you can reach out to me, or if you want any of these to hand out in your dorm, or like student street or whatever, classes, just let me know, and I have the pens. So the next thing we have, is something Harrison brought up to me, communications channel, so Harrison.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm sorry for my voice. But basically, I was meeting with a couple of people earlier this week, and one of the ideas that was brought up was having a common line of communication between SGA and all of the clubs. It's something that was done in the past and has worked very well. Since I'm new, I don't know at which point that was stopped, but just for clearing up things like SOIS or like issues that clubs want to bring to SGA, instead of just like, oh, I have a friend who's on SGA, right? We want a common channel so everyone has access to it equally, and that way we can handle it like as a Senate and as a legislative body and all together. So what form that would take, I want to like leave it up for discussion if you guys think this would be a good idea or not. With some suggestions I heard were GroupMe and Slack have worked well for several other organizations. So yeah.
So I'll just open the floor to like any kind of discussion. It's a good idea how you want to go about it.
So Harrison, do you envision like having that group chat with all e-board members of an organization? Because isn't there like a president's and vice president's group chat that happens with Sabrina that makes it? Or
As just to answer that, as far as I know, there is no group chat created for this year. That I've been asked and told by multiple presidents of other organizations, there isn't a group chat created yet. That should definitely be something hopefully created soon, but that's on eBoard.
So, I mean, do we think this is a good idea, and like how do we want to go about this? Like what kind of format, guidelines?
I mean, it's worked in the past with having the presidents of each e-board and then Sabrina being the admin on the GroupMe. It's worked, but how would like Harrison? How would Slack, like, what do you envision if we were to use Slack? Because like I like Slack, but like how would you like, or how would we make it work like on a Slack?
I mean, I'm not the most familiar with Slack because I've never been like an administrator of a group chat or anything there. Perhaps Kevin can speak a bit more to that. But I was thinking like, yeah, it'd be mostly the e-board members of different organizations as well as like the executive board of SGA, I'm thinking. Like instead of it being just like, oh, I know they have like an e-board or I know this club, like, and I know the e-board members on it. I was hoping we could go through RadarLink and make it more comprehensive and updated every year. So it's not just like a new group chat being created because, oh, like I'm on RU Dems and I know like the e-board members of them, like having it be an official part of our communications and an official part of SGA, so that like when people graduate out, say then they're just removed from the group chat and when the new SGA is brought in, they are brought in with the knowledge of that group chat, you know, the new president's made the admin and all that change happens. I was thinking like, I don't know the functionalities of Slack fully, but when we're setting this up and when we're inviting all these clubs, there'd be a set of guidelines and rules as for what kind of communications are allowed, right? Like, for example, memes, you know, if there is like a want for that, maybe there can be a separate channel for that, right? But the main channel should be for addressing concerns that should be brought to SGA, right? There needs to be a distinction made, like we're not club advisors and we cannot replace club advisors, right? So this would be, I guess we can go through a bit more what exactly it would need in terms of regulation and whatnot, but hopefully like a narrowly defined like channel of communication with SGA so that it's more transparent and clear and everyone knows where to go.
Yeah,
That
I think
makes
it's a
sense.
good idea personally. I can see the group chat becoming like the foundation for our campus really, because everyone just would be in there. Opening it to like other e-board members would be cool too. But yeah, I
you
think
can have a ton of channels on Slack, you can do polls.
think like if we're gonna go to Slack, like Slack would be better because I can foresee people like just spamming like their events, right? And like the whole chat will turn into like, not that that's bad, but the whole chat, it goes beyond the purpose, right? Everyone will just be putting in, this is our event, like flyer, flyer, flyer. So if we do Slack, like there could be an area for that, or if it's group meeting, just like not have that because it's not the purpose.
No, I was just also gonna say, I think it's a good idea also to make sure that events don't overlap, because I know a lot of the events happen majority at nighttime, 6 to 9, and I feel like it would be a good way to communicate with other organizations, specifically if like co-sponsorship happens or if like you want other orgs to attend. That way, like you said, like bringing up the flyers and sending them in the group chats. I mean, I think it's a good. Pre-law Society uses Slack and it's really, really good. Yeah.
One more reason I think it's a really good idea is because last year we launched this initiative to bridge the gap between students, student leaders, and SGA, and I think that's that's a definitely good idea, because then any important announcements that we make to either like SOIs, the tiering system, any changes to that, or any just changes in general of when SGA is like office hours or anything pertaining to that and is important to e-board members, it would be really better, and it would offer a better opportunity for transparency and holding SGA members accountable for what they're doing, what they're not doing, and what announcements they've made and what they have not made for the last,
Okay, well, going forward, it looks like we're all on like the same consensus. That's a good idea. Do we want to do a Slack?
Yeah.
Slack is amazing.
Slack's the best.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right, yeah, we could start working on this. Personally, I don't know that much about Slack, so like,
So we can definitely do like actually let's not to point everyone out, but like who has used Slack before? Okay, decent amount of people. So I guess we can get together and try to set up like a
Slack committee.
a Slack committee. Yeah.
and then
A Slack subcommittee,
finalized.
and then hopefully one of the meetings we can set aside like a training once we get the Slack going, so that we can teach every senator how to work a Slack account. Because honestly, once you know how to work Slack, you're gonna see like what the hype is all about. So
Your life will be changed.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then once it's set up, I can send an email to like the student orgs and be like, hey, this is our Slack, and then whatever the invitation procedure is.
Yeah.
Just a quick note, I mean, I'm not like the most familiar with Slack or like how this would be established. It would be possible, instead of having an email like during the spring club recharge, like or
I
whenever
mean, we should encompass it in there too.
yeah,
That's
like
important.
whenever we're making a new club, like make it a requirement that e-board members must join this account as well.
Yeah, because at Club Recharge, SGA speaks, so that could be definitely one of the things that's brought up while everyone's there. So, yeah.
And perhaps we can create an incentive. See which club can get the most people on Slack.
Well, I mean, it's up to the
Something like
e-board,
that.
though. It's up to the size of the e-board, though.
Okay.
Incentivization maybe with like SOIS points like being added, and like in the tiering system, like as one of the organizational foundations, if you join like the Slack, maybe you can also be awarded points for that as well. But,
I guess, yeah, we could discuss that once
Yeah.
it's created. Yeah, I mean, like, have you updated your Raider link? Like, it could be one of those things.
Yeah.
You do the Slack.
Like a
yeah.
5-pointer. Okay.
All
Alright, yeah.
Oh wait, hold up. Wait, I just got confused. Are you saying that the people joining the SGA Slack would only be e-board members of the orgs, or would it be open to the public to join?
Well, the way it seemed to be brought up is that there was a group chat in the past just for like presidents. but
Right.
This was for like all e-board members.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with
But
this?
like perhaps because so alright, so my bad. So I must have misunderstood. Can we see it as something that can be open for the general public? Because like you can, so with Slack you can create channels. So one channel can definitely be like e-board presidents and Sabrina. That can be its own channel. And any discussion that needs to be done with the presidents can be done there. But also opening it to the general public, because I think Sarah, I don't, if I misquote you, I'm sorry, but like, did you bring up that, like, this is the whole point of this Slack was to bridge everyone together, like,
Yes,
the
but
community?
I said it more so of the e-board members.
Oh,
Because a
okay.
lot of, I mean, so if you want to open up to the public, I can see that happening, especially if we do it, like, for example, each senator has their own channel, but there's a chance that it's going to become overwhelming, and we lose control of how to handle it, because we have, like, what, 9,000 students? Not that all 9,000 students are going to join it, but what if they do? Then how are we going to go about handling these 9,000 students over technology? So I think there's a concern there with that, if we open it to everyone.
So then,
But, sorry, I do see like each constituency, like for example, if we do it for academic schools, maybe we could.
all right, there you go. So I'm gonna backtrack. So what if we, like, if people are interested in joining the SGA, let's say we start out with the committees and people are outside the SGA are interested in joining the subcommittee, can we then invite them to Slack so that they can be also part of the conversation whenever there's like committee talk?
Like committees of SGA.
Yeah, so like for example, let's say someone outside the SGA has like a profound a hobby of making sure people are healthy.
Okay.
And they want to put their input, but they feel like the SGA is the best vehicle to do that. Can they join that Slack? Since they're not part of they're not part of an organization, they're not in the e-board, or they're just a student on campus.
I think. Oh, is that okay?
Oh, for everyone, yeah,
I
but not
think
just
these are
that.
like logistics that we
Yeah.
can discuss when we're setting it up. Because this goes beyond the initial purpose, but we could add to like the purpose, make it multi-purpose. But I think that's something we can have to discuss like when we're setting it up.
Okay.
And then like just a brief note, like I have not used Slack, I'm not sure about its capabilities, but like what is the software and the implementation like capable of? Like is it actually capable of like managing 9,000 members?
Oh,
Right.
it is.
It is.
Is it like Discord?
Yeah, it's exactly like this.
Oh, okay. Word. That makes it so much more clear. Okay. Thank
It's
you.
literally a copy. It's not
Okay. Okay.
What is there a difference? Like, is there a voice?
color differences. No, there's no voice.
So that's the difference.
That's the difference.
That's
No
the-
voice.
okay.
It may be called Slack, but it doesn't Slack. It can do a lot of work.
Yeah. That's got to be in the email when we send it out.
Yeah, I mean,
That has to be.
I recorded that, so it's okay.
I think that opening it to public also makes it a little bit more difficult to make it consistent, like from year to year, and have it be implemented like as a formalized part of SGA, because then it's just like, oh, my friend's on the Slack, and they invited me into it, you know. So I think SGA should still be the administrators of that. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's something I'm looking into doing for sure. Thank you, Harrison, for bringing that up. Yeah, and then we don't really have much else on the agenda, so if we can move into Senate updates, if you have any academically or like special interest committees, if anything.
I actually have one. I'm just gonna pull it up. Okay, so on Thursday or Friday, I got an email. It was from sorry, wait, I'm putting my email. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I got an email. It was from Mr. Gary Santos Mendoza, who's the director of the Intercultural Resource Center. This week they're doing like the Day of Dialogues program, specifically this Wednesday. He sent me a flyer this past weekend, so I have to send it to Ricky to start advertising that on the SGA account. He also asked me if we could like provide some like incentives or like some ways where we could like get the program going or anything that the SGA wants to be a part of. So if anyone is interested or has any ideas,
Do we offer as a weather sponsor day?
Yes.
oh, okay. So
I think it's already in there, but we have to like review, I forget the amount, how that works, I forget.
that SGA provides.
Yeah, I forget, I think that is in there, I remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, we'll have to look at that. Definitely send the flyer so we
Yeah,
can
I'm
have
gonna send
this
the flyer.
like this information really has to be on, like today, tomorrow, Wednesday, like,
Yeah.
this is big.
Yeah.
So me and Carolyn met with Dean Perret and Dean Pinto last week. We were having a lot of like struggles with like just setting up like an open forum dates and stuff like that. But so I don't know if you guys remember, but last week we talked about the psychology department and how they had that issue with the clickers. That's finally been resolved. It was resolved last Thursday, and Professor Zambrano just let me know today. And we like for in Hill Hall, we've been thinking of setting up like suggestion boxes like they have here in PRCC, where like if you have anything that you want to change or any comments or feedbacks, then you can go and put it in there. And another thing we've been thinking about doing is maybe like having our office hours in Hill or in Dana or like where a lot of Sasson school students are at, and hopefully we can get more engagement and people like talking to us a little bit more. So yeah.
We can go. So we had our open forum last Wednesday. It went really, really well. And then Karima has another update.
So we met with APICS, which is a business org on campus, supply chain business org, and they want to team up with SGA to have an event. So the point of this event is to bring in a speaker to talk about ethics in like supply chain business. An example she brought up was, sorry, I'm just gonna bring it up because I don't remember exactly. Alright, I can't find it. So basically, apparently there was like a case with Walmart or something and shrimp, and then it was frozen shrimp, right? And then they were trading with a country that had, you know, child labor,
Yeah.
something, I forgot what the case was called. I don't have my notes. But they just want to, you know, educate the students and let them know, you know, you have to know who you're doing business with because a lot of illegal things are happening around the world. They also wanted SOIS points out of this.
Well, I believe, like, if you have an event with SGA, you automatically get the highest amount of points for an event.
Do you know how many points? So
I think it's 40.
It's
40?
30.
30?
30
yeah,
points.
And also, yeah, like for the tiering system, at least like from the meeting last week, like by like getting SOIS points, like by sponsoring with SGA, you automatically get that from the system. So
Yeah, so it kind of like takes away, like, you don't have to really care about attendance at that point. So if you get lower than the max attendance, it's okay, you get the max amount of points. That's how it's been working. So that could be possible. Yeah, just have them.
They want to do it next month.
Okay, yeah, that's a good time frame. Just have them send everything. Do they want to work with like other business clubs too to kind of like?
I think that's a good idea to have.
Yeah, because if it's going to be an SGA event, they should kind of like, you know, blow it up.
They just want to make sure that we have people from SGA going. Is that possible? They want like 6 to 10.
It depends. Yeah, I guess it depends like when it is. 6 to 10. I don't know. I don't think we've ever done that at any event, but I mean, we could support in different ways, but that's up to like Hamza and Kainat on their end. But yeah, have them send everything out just so we can like know what's going on, and if it's going to be an SGA event, have them like try to encompass like a majority of the business school clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
When is this event? Sorry. What day? Do you guys decide on a day? No? Oh, okay.
No, they want to do it the second week of November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like during free period or?
It's up in the air.
Okay.
They're pretty flexible.
Okay.
The speaker's flexible too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Carlos, you had something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys heard about like the recent events that happened in was unfolding in northern Syria, where the Turkish dictator was like shelling these Christian cities in northeastern Syria. I was planning on going to CS. I didn't really admit because it's a recent unfolding events to hold something like a vigil or a memorial, just something to create awareness over like the people that died. And the UN says something like 70,000 people were displaced. So I think it's important just to like create awareness and like have people educated on what's going on. That's all.
Okay, I mean, how do you want to go about it?
I don't know the technicalities of how to hold vigil, but I know that they held several ones before. So I don't know like if we have to like go to some Dean, I think, to get permission to use Sacramento Plaza. So, I'm not sure of the technicality.
Okay, well, that's something we could definitely like work on. We just have to just stay in touch with us. I'll bring it up to the rest of the e-board who's not here, and we can talk about it.
Also, keep me updated because I would love to be involved in it.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other Senate updates?
Excuse me. Well, there's going to be a campus-wide hunger meeting with like several invested people, so like Brian's, myself, Dean, and I believe Ellen. So that'll be happening later this week. I'll update you guys on that. I've done a fair amount of research into like the college union of food banks, like CUFBA. I don't remember the exact abbreviation. But one of those things that I'm thinking about reaching out to Ellen to, and just overall, like, is reaching out to all the different resources on campus, and then seeing if I know that the psychology department has a list of resources on their syllabi, but seeing if we can get that campus-wide for every single course, so that way, like, you know, like this isn't just from the health department, like we have this on the syllabi every year, so students always have a resource on hand. Because if there's one piece of reading that students do, it's the syllabi. And then also other resources that we can distribute at the food pantry. But yeah, that's it.
So we met with, so one of the problems that the School of Criminal Justice has is that there's not really a connection between the undergrad, graduate, and PhD. And since we're all in one school, and a lot of undergrad students don't really use the School of Criminal Justice building because they don't hold classes there, and it's only your academic advisors. So we met with one of the PhD students who works with like the upper level SGA on trying to do like a socializing event and then a forum about like grad school and PhD, like getting your PhD and stuff. So she was really excited about that. So we're just kind of working on that and going forward with that.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Let us know how that goes, or like how we can.
They're like she's helpful, but I guess like the grad SGA is having a lot of problems. So I know that she was going to bring it up to her like their meeting this week. So we're just waiting to hear back.
Okay.
Question: if other business orgs co-sponsor that event, do they get any SOIS points?
No, because it's not their event.
Okay.
Unless it's co-hosted.
Yeah.
So like if they have like a big part of it, then I think that would qualify.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't have like all of them being like, this is our event, because when
Yeah.
it comes time for tiering, everyone will get points for the same event. It just wouldn't be right.
And is it just one-time use, right? The 30 points, or is it as many SGA co-sponsorship events?
I think it is a one-time
Wait,
use
what do you
for now, but I don't know.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Oh, I meant the question was if that category is only counted once. So like, let's say you co-sponsor.
Yeah, you can't double dip.
Yeah, it's just once.
Well, I think you can. No, I get what you're saying. I think you can do like the SJ event thing more than once, but you can't do it where like, say they have this event and they go under that category and they get the max points. They can't also do
Get
it
attendance,
again
yeah.
based on attendance. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can I think you can have multiple SJ co-hosted events.
So
Yeah, but
if
you can't count it for more than one category.
Yeah, you can't.
No,
you
no,
can't put it in both. Like,
I was only asking if you could count for multiple. So like, let's say this club co-sponsored with the SGA 3 times this semester, 30 points each, so they get 90.
If we co-hosted the 3 events, then yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was also at the meeting last week with Harrison, and one thing I was contemplating, because we were discussing the gap between the business school and much of the other campus, and so I was wanting to suggest to SGA as well as Dean Williams the possibility of maybe having an open forum in the Newark Museum or in a more compromised location, which is pretty equidistant, or having events in that area so that it's easier for everybody around campus to go to.
Yeah, I mean, that could be interesting. Recently, I went to an event that the Intercultural Resource Center had at the museum, and that worked pretty well. So, yeah, that's something we could look into, I guess. Yeah.
I was so SGA is co-hosting, I guess, with the Office of Student Life and the College Democrats before debate watch party tomorrow. So if we please,
What time?
from 8 to 11,
Where?
dance theater.
Like right above us.
Right above us, yeah.
Right above us.
Okay, wait, does anyone else have anything to say? I guess not. Okay, well, let me sit down real quick. So we're still, what do you call it? Okay. We're still looking for people, so like if you know anyone that's interested in joining the media committee to help us out with social media, possibility of creating a website, I don't know, we're just throwing ideas out there. We do need support, and if you know anyone that's interested in joining the SGA, but not necessarily that they want to commit to like going to meetings and stuff, and they just want to like play a small role with like working with the media and stuff, you know, let them know because we do need the help. We want to make sure that the communication side of SGA is the best it can be.
I'll look at the website.
What?
I'll look into making the website.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, if a senator wants to help out, that's great. But like, if you know people that definitely want to help and want to get involved somehow with the campus community, that'd be great. Is there anything else? Just want to make sure. So, is there anything that anyone needs to be posted on social media?
I just sent what I need.
Other than what you, anything else? Yeah. Anything else though?
Yeah.
Anything else than what's already been mentioned?
Like anything that's happening, like happened recently, or like maybe in the next 2 weeks or something, so that we have an idea of
I was just
making
gonna
it.
say, like, if I get more information about this, like, event, whether it's a visual memorial, like, whatever it is sort of just, I could let you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, because actually, thank you for reminding me that actually. So if you have not received a notification or checked your email, right, just a moment ago, I shared with y'all a template on creating resolutions. So this will help you out, and regardless of what you do. So like, for example, Krell, I think you're the only one that I didn't get a chance to email because you only had a Yahoo. But if you can share me your Gmail, that would be perfect. So basically the template tells you how to create resolutions in regards to any type of topic. So if you need a walkthrough, if you need some help on how to go about it, like for example, let's say maybe the vigil does not happen, but you still want to do something about it, you still want the SGA to take a stand on something. If you create a resolution and put it to a vote, that itself would be like a statement that's being made by the SGA, so that the campus community knows that this is where we stand on certain issues. So if anyone have any questions or if they're interested in creating resolutions, you can let me or Sarah know. We can help you guys out with that stuff. Other than that, I think that's it.
Is there like a flyer for the open forum?
Yeah, it's posted.
It's posted.
We'll be posting it on the story, so you can have an idea of it.
Thank you.
Is there? Are we taking questions from the open forum like we did last time on a phone number, or something like that?
What do you mean?
Like I remember there was like a phone number posted up in the last open forum, so like people can text that number for questions or anything like that. We're doing something similar.
Well, yeah, I don't know how the questions are going to be facilitated yet, but yeah, actually, when we do decide, yeah, actually we should let you know.
Okay, and also, we're signing people. I'm assuming we're going to sign people in when they come into the forum, right? So if we can have like the Google Forms out there, the one that talks about people that want to get interest, like getting involved with the SGA, like we should definitely have that
Okay.
out.
Yeah, maybe we'll have like 2 laptops out or something. Yeah.
That can be, or that can be perhaps the attendance, because it does. There is a way where you can do an Excel sheet linked with the Google form, so it takes down like their name and all that stuff. So just a suggestion out there. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything else? All right. Well, we want to open it to the public. If you wanted to say anything,
No, I think after that heard, it's great to know that Austin bodies are very interested in what this student there, so actually first that would like urge more people to come to these.
thank you. Okay, well, if that's it, then we can get a motion to adjourn on the floor.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, thank you. And if you want any of these to like hand out to your friends or in dorm, like I got them right now.
Yeah, good.
So the school one. Hi, everybody. I had two things. Number one, the Community Engagement Day is actually coming up on the 26th, and it's really important for SGA, namely because SGA has been a huge support of this initiative, and we haven't had much SGA involvement. I did send just an email directly just now about Community Engagement Day, but it's on the 26th, and generally the expectation is that SGA members are either participating or signing up to be site leaders. You also incentivize this through SOIS. The second thing is University Senate meeting is on October 18th. So for those who are part of University Senate, I just need to know whether or not you need any type of transportation, because we need to make sure it's a collective group in order to give that accommodation.
I do.
You do, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, okay. All right.
Okay, I have pretty much.
One close to that, so.
For some reason, I never got an email yet about registering. I want to find a link.
So yeah, I got these things here, if you want them. I got so many now.